What's going on, my fellow farmer brothers and sisters? Alright, here we go. Another day. Let's go ahead and get some parts on this Farmall 450 gasser, so I can finally get on this next batch of parts that I'm about to show you. I got so many more to go, but we're halfway there. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a few of the parts that I got left to paint and show you the rims. They came out really good. I'm probably going to go ahead and pop those rims on today real fast in between this rainstorm. I'm not really going to film putting these rims on for the fact of it's spot raining. It cleared up for now, but it's supposed to come back. So I'm going to get these done and over with, but you've already seen me put these rims on pretty much the identical way that it did it on that 450, the diesel. But anyway, so I'm going to pop those on, and then if it doesn't rain, I'll go ahead and I'll probably fire the camera up, put this exhaust manifold on, maybe a few odds and ends. You know, basically I got inside shop work today. I got gaskets to make, stuff like that. And then get this area here ready for all the red parts that we're going to do. So I'm going to show you those right now. But I don't know if you noticed on the intro, the wife got me an IH neon light to hang out here in the shop for Christmas. So that was pretty cool. So I figured I'd go ahead and fire it up. It's kind of neat. It has, I can dim it down, or I can go really bright. Ooh. I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, so let me go ahead and spin this around. I'll show you these parts. Alright, this is one project here we're going to go ahead and tackle again. We're going to go ahead and drill this out and put in the bushing and all that stuff. That's the bushings that I use. And set it up on here. So that's one thing we're going to do. The fast hitch, I got to break down, you know, the catch arms on here so I can get the wishbone out, and then I need to get the wishbone stripped because I already have a set of those that I already stripped and have primed and ready, and it's already got the rebar on there and everything. So I'm going to pull these off, refinish them at a later date, but they're just going to kind of sit to the side for right now. But I need that wishbone. Exhaust manifold is wrapped up, gaskets, studs, washers, everything. She's ready to go. That's got to be painted. These have to be sanded, and then all these still have to get stripped down and primed and painted. So that's going to be the next batch. But for now, yes, this is a mess in here because I just wanted to bring everything in here, but I have to hang it all. This is all the parts that's going to get painted next, right here. So once I get the rims out of here and get these on the tractor, we're going to go ahead and put all those parts on the rack. And then as I spray them in the booth, I'm going to bring them out, hang them in the rack, let them dry. So that's going to be the plan. So today is getting these out of here, get them on the tractor real fast, free up this area, clean this table back off again, put the stuff that I'm not using away, bring some of these parts out here, hang them. The parts I'm ready to spray, keep them in the booth. And as I paint those parts, they're going to go onto the next rack as I bring these in and paint those. As I said, these two racks, these are a godsend to use. It's going to make it much better for hanging parts. And then I'll have to worry about parts hanging up on the garage door frame, my other hanger that I use for like small Cerakote. But yeah, this is nice. Eventually I'm going to go ahead and build either the square top for here, or I'm just going to take some angle and weld a bunch of rebar to the angle and make it where I can just bolt it down on top, and then it gives me 24 inches worth of rebar all the way down so I can hang parts in the staggered pattern. That's going to be more ideal for me for the amount of parts these tractors have. This is good for now, but I am going to modify these. Alright, let's go ahead and, well, not let's. I'm going to go out and throw these rims on the tractor real fast, and then I will determine if I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up and let's put a few more parts on. So, alright, let's get to it. All right, almost done. And of course it had to just start drizzling out. Why not? Oh well, almost done. One more, and I can tighten it all up. All right, all in and nothing got scratched up. Thank God. It's always the worst part doing this when everything's freshly painted, to not scratch anything. So much easier when it's in its work clothes and everything's already kind of crusty. Putting it together, no worries. Like this, definitely nerve-wracking. So I get 3 of them clamped up and then lower this down again. Alright, now I can take the weight off of it. And again, seat belts make it so much nicer. They don't scratch anything up. That's it. The rims are on. Alright, let's tighten this puppy up and then get this thing covered up. All right, done. All right. All right, so let's see the finished product here. Oh yeah, she looks good. Kind of brings back memories doing the 450 diesel, huh? All right, well, it feels like the mist stopped, so I might go ahead and pop that exhaust manifold on real fast, get that part on, and then that'll probably be it for the outside work. Then I'm going to make a couple gaskets and then start hanging all those other parts. But yeah, she came out good. Not bad for some nice original rims. Now, I didn't bother wasting the paint inside here. This is the rusty metal primer. This is actually 2 coats on here, so I'm not really concerned with painting the inside of that. But obviously, you know, that inner lip where everything shows through there, had to paint that. But it looks good. All right, cover this up and yeah, let's pop that exhaust manifold on. And then I think tomorrow I'm going to finally go ahead and flush that out. Obviously, it's salt, vinegar, and water. Didn't even matter if it's going to hit freezing temperatures. That would never freeze and expand. Salt water doesn't expand. So that's why that's sitting out here. But she should be about ready to spray out. So yeah, we'll get that later. But all right, let's get this manifold on. All right, always the fun part, getting this tape off after it's gotten moisture. Sometimes it comes off easy, sometimes this blue tape, when it gets wet, comes off in itty bitty pieces. It can be quite annoying. I guess next I'll roll those tires on down, put them inside this shopper as heated, which will soften them up. So if it does get cold again, I can just roll them out one by one and install them with them being soft, because a cold tire that size, it's not fun to install. And obviously it's not like I can roll this thing in the shop right now. Minus 2 back tires. Makes it a little bit more of a challenge. Yeah, surprised. It's all actually coming off pretty nice. Usually don't come off that easy. Yeah, I'll come back, I'll clean up those remnants in a minute. And I'm really torn right now, but I want to hurry up and wrap this up since I have most of the parts painted and a lot ready to go. Do I want to finish putting this thing together and use this if I get any snow, because I do have that 7-foot rear scraper blade that's got the extension on it, which I believe makes it about a 9-foot scraper blade. So if I did get any snow, I could actually just use that to clear the snow for the time being until I get that front loader restored and on here. So I don't know, I'm kind of kicking around that idea. Do I want to bring the cub in, or do I want to finish this? And I know a lot of people are going to say, roll that cub in, let's rebuild that engine. Maybe I will. I don't know. All right, let's get this manifold on. But first things first. I noticed this one here was just a tad loose, so I want to tighten this one up a little bit. Now I could just actually run the nut on there and then tighten it with the nut, but this will work just fine. There you go. Just enough to make a catch, but not enough where it leaves teeth marks. I did put anti-seize on these, so in the future, if these ever have to come off, I don't have to risk breaking a stud. Even if I did break a stud, no big deal. Just weld a nut to it and break it off. Alright, let's put those gaskets in place and set this thing on there. These go. There. All right. Let's install that controversial Vincent exhaust manifold. Man, she looks good on there. I like that. Still not sure why there's so many haters for this manifold. I mean, yeah, originals are always nice, but there's not a single thing wrong with these. Tell you one thing though, it looks good against that red, that's for sure. All right, let's snug her up. Now obviously once I run this engine, I'm going to have to tighten these back up again. It's always nature of the beast. All right. All right, she's on. Now all I gotta do is put a cap on and plug that hole in the bottom. Which honestly, I'll probably just shove this up in there right now. You know, honestly, I could probably, since I do have a waterproof cover on here, I'll just go ahead and shove this on. But let me show this thing real fast. And that's how she looks on there. Ooh, she looks so good against that red. Look at that shine on that valve cover reflecting it. Yeah, getting a little excited here about getting this thing finally together, because this 450 is looking really good. Alright, well, let's go ahead and cut a gasket, which goes on that steering column right there, and it actually seals that top of that column down to that hydraulic. Not sure if I'm installing that today or not, but we're going to at least go cut the gasket for it. But so far, looking nice. Alright, back in the shop, everything outside's put away. Now this is why I always say, save all your scraps, because you never know when you're going to need it for stuff like this right here. Now of course for this, just using 3157, that actually works good. It's Velcro. Works really good for making these oil gaskets. Like I said, always save your scraps. So this one right here is for the top of that hydraulic. Steering column and everything. This is actually going to seal that off. So it was broken 2 halves. I got it kind of squared off right here. So I'm going to see if I can hold this real easy and start transferring all my marks over. Now a number 3 pencil would be more ideal for this. A little darker, but I can't seem to find that number 3 anywhere, so number 2 it is. Alright, so that's good for that side. Pin this down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to square this off with a ruler after I get this all transferred over. Straighten all this out, connect these parts that are missing right here. Alright, this should be good to start. Now I gotta find my ruler. I know I got the big one. Yeah, here we go. Put it where I wouldn't lose it. Alright, set that over here off the side. Now I got to round this corner off over here. I should be able to go ahead and just lay this on over here. You should line up perfectly, like that. And there we go. Got my gasket. Now this one right here is actually for the distributor. For the tack drive. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this out at the same time. this one's torn also, so trying to get it perfect is hard, but it's pretty damn close. Obviously, you may have to do some trimming on these once you get them in and ready. Obviously, I don't have a circle cutter that big, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the center piece out now. Maybe change this razor blade out. I want a real nice and sharp one for this one. Alright. That's why I love living in the country. Ain't nothing like hearing gunshots when you're working. Second, I'll bring that distributor drive gear over here for that tack and fit this precisely to it, since it's out of the tractor, obviously. Alright, here's the inside. So now I can cut the outside with the scissors. Alright, well, I guess I might as well go ahead and cut this out while I'm here. Now while this is bigger, I'm going to go ahead and punch these holes out now and get it over with. Let's see. That's the one right there. All right, let me get my hammer. They're going to be out there shooting much longer. As you can see, the clouds are starting to roll over real thick right now. The rain is about to drop. Now when I hammer it, I like to kind of give it a roll as I'm hammering it, and that way, you know, it cuts it out nice and straight. Clear that out since this pencil's kind of hard to see. Apparently this cutter's sharp. She went down that wood pretty good. Won't get there. I think the next video, I might go ahead and bring that Bellum pump up here on the bench and crack the front case open so I can go ahead and replace that O-ring seal in the very front. That's really the only thing that leaks on that. So kind of like to get in here and get that apart. Now I do have an old one, an extra one. I might go ahead and bring that one in and break the front apart. See exactly what I need. Pre-make the gaskets before I break my good one apart. Alright, let me grab my scissors. All right, let's go ahead and cut this puppy out. Get this cut off of here first. Put that to the side. Once I get all my square cuts, then I'll cut those rounded edge corners, and then we're done. That sounds like a 40 cow out there. Somebody must have got a new 40 for Christmas. Alright, that's it. One gasket, ready to go. Now this one here, I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some trimming on this one. Now with this being rounded, these scissors work good with that curve to them. Okay, but I say sometimes they don't like to cut through this thicker material, but surprisingly, these are actually cutting really nice. And these scissors here help make a nicer circle cut. I'll show you the blade in a second. Alright, now I know I gotta trim the inside, but see how these got a slight, if I stop hitting the stand you can see it. Alright, see how they got a slight curve to those blades? That makes, it would focus, that makes cutting circles much easier. Alright, let me go get that drive gear. Alright, so here's the drive gear to it. Now, if you guys never had these apart, this goes in here like that. And then you got this little cam lock right here. Drops inside like that. That's actually what keeps your gear from falling out. Teeth and all on this one actually look good. Nothing stripped out. But in order to get that out, let me try that one more time. There's your lock hole right there. And then she's in. And then it's locked. And then if you turn it, that falls out, gear comes out. Alright, so this is what I was making the gasket for, is this right here. And it actually fits pretty decent. Alright, that actually fits pretty good. So that's all it is. Just goes on the back right there. Just that way when it goes inside that housing, it seals that back side up. So, not the prettiest circle, but it's good, it's tight, it works. I'm not really worried about doing too much trimming on the outside because the original, even though she's split, the original was out past it as well. So that's it. I call it a win. She's done. Alright my friends, gaskets are made, rims are on, the Vinson exhaust manifold is installed. I'd say that's about it for today. Alright, so that's it. We're going to call this a wrap on this video. Short, sweet, simple, to the point. Rims are on, exhaust manifold's on, gaskets are made. Now it's time for some of my custom bourbon. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And make sure, again, if you're watching my video and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Like I always say, it helps me greatly. Doesn't cost you guys a dime. And it helps my channel grow. So I'd much appreciate hitting that subscribe button. Other than that, stay tuned for the next video. We're going to install those tires. Just get on some more of these parts to paint. The clutch pedal, we're going to go ahead and bore that out and put that bushing in. And then I'm going to get a few things on that tractor just so I can roll her out of the way, and then I'll decide, is it going to roll in here or is it going to roll out of the way, bring that cub in, let's tear that engine down. Do a rebuild on it. Unfortunately on that cub I do got to pull the front steering bolster off of it because that front main seal is leaking behind that pulley. Which again, you might want to make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe, because what I use to pull those pulleys off, so much easier than everybody with those 3-jaw pullers and the heating it and all and the beating it. Don't have to do all that. I'll show you how easy that is to get off. So, that's it for today. So again, thanks for watching. Until next time. Little bonus footage. I was about to start making this, and I thought this could be something good to show you guys. I got to make a gasket for the water pump also. And obviously, to try to trace that out with the gasket I don't have, well, you got the top of that water pump sticking up. Lay your gasket on there, take a hammer, and just tap it around real easy. That will pre-punch the hole. And then you can just very easily take your hammer and then follow the perimeter. Right on around like that. Just be careful you don't hit your pinky, because that hurts. And then just trace around with the hammer. Now, I could hit this hard enough in a couple whacks, I could probably break right through it. Refrain from doing that on this, because you will end up breaking an ear off of your water pump. If you get into an area you can't reach, use your ball peen, hit the edge, like that, and go round right around it. In a second, you'll see how easy this is. Already seeing the metal cutting through, so the gasket's almost made. All you gotta do after that is cut the center out, and I'll show you how to do that. And there you go. One perfectly shaped gasket. Now when you hit it, hit on an angle. Like this. Don't hit flat down because that doesn't work and you'll smash your gasket. Hit on the edge. Make it cut. That's your first start right there. You can find your bolt holes the same way. Okay, I'm going to punch those out with my punches, but this helps locate them. All right, there's two. Okay, there's all those. Now we have that inner perimeter, remember? So now that it's all down, it's pressed, we want to find that inner edge. should be released. Now I'm going to pick that part out. Alright, all I gotta do now is cut those holes out perfectly, but other than that, you have yourself a perfect water pump gasket. There's my holes, easy enough to punch, done deal. Now this actually works well also if you guys are doing taping on your exhaust manifolds, on pretty much anything that's metal. You can put your masking tape on there, and instead of having to trace everything with a razor, you just tap your tape all around the edges, peel it off, everything will form perfectly. You don't have to worry about trying to take your razor and cut all around all those edges. Put your tape over it, tap it, peel the tape off, and that's it. So, just wanted to show you guys that. Like I said, a little bonus footage on how easy it is to make a gasket on something like that. When you got to get inside here and try to trace that, and it's almost not impossible, but you want to get it precise. Just do that. You're good to go. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed that bonus footage. And again, subscribe. Thanks for watching.